All right, so let's talk about two different reels. One is spelled R-E-E-L, like a reel in a video, and the other is spelled R-E-A-L, real. It's happening for real, right? And you go, why talk about that? Well, first off, R-E-E-L is the reel that you watch of yourself and the creations that you have done. And you watch them, you play them back. You don't live in them anymore. Usually that's called your past. And you get to go into your now and say, I want something different than what I just saw. And then you get to live and create in the real. And you go, what? Well, see, there's a real that we pretend happens, that we think happens, and then there's a real that the universe presents to us. And we're part of that. We have to bring ourselves forward into that moment. And you go, huh? Well, see, we sit back and we think as human beings that everything is being done for us, that God's will is for us to be this way or be that way or do this thing or do that thing. And God's will is your will. That's why he gave us a free will. And when you sit back and you look at the real, R-E-E-L, of what you've thought and created and how it made you feel, and then you move into your now moment and go, I think I like something different. Or I think I'd like more of what made me feel great, right? And then you create in your real, R-E-A-L. And you become responsible for that, right? You are responsible for you. You bring you to the table when you're deciphering, basically, what you've done in the past and how you can manipulate your now. And manipulate sounds like a very challenging word, but that's what you are doing. You get to change everything that you've done in your past and make it part of your future without living in your past and having anxiety about your past or having depression about your past. Now, some people have joyous energy about their past and they get to create more because they've gone back and they said, what was that feeling that I thought? What was that feeling that I presented to the universe because I want more of it? Right? You're real. Whether you're looking at it through meditation or through prayer or through dreams or through daydreams or through your imagination, you're looking at that real. It's being presented to you. And if you look at that real without judgment on yourself for things that you've done and saying, oh, that mistake, well, that's maybe in the past, that's what it was. Mistake. Did you get that? Did you follow that? Mistake. So you missed it, you get to take it again, and you get to make another choice. And get this, your universal mother, father, God knows every scenario possible for you. And then you might say, well, why don't they choose something better for me? Because it's not for them to choose for you. It's for you to choose for you. It's for you to look at your reel and go, well, I didn't like that moment. And then go, why didn't I like that moment? It might be because somebody else created that moment for you and you ran with it. You created from it and it didn't fit, or it didn't feel good, or it didn't get the outcome that was desired for you. So you get to go back to the table in your now and go, well, let me review this. Let me see what I can ask for that will give me the desired feeling in the context that I want based on what I want for me. And who says for some it might be easy. For some it might be a little difficult looking at the real, because you tend to judge yourself based on choices that you made. But if your soul isn't judging you, you shouldn't judge yourself. See, that's one of the mistakes that we tend to fall into, is listening to other paradigms, other stories that have been told down from generation to generation on how we should be, feel, see, and act. And you go, Sandra, you're on your soapbox again. But the thing is that what I'm learning about me is everything that I ever thought was my design, most of everything, wasn't by my design. I was listening to others, whether it was school, whether it was church, whether it was my parents, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, whether it was friends or colleagues or just myself picking up on something and joining the bandwagon. Those were my choices. And some were mistakes. And some led me, even though they felt uncomfortable, to a new moment, a new change, a new paradigm. Paradigm is a story. A paradigm is a story that's being told over and over again in your mind till it becomes your belief. Yes? So the first thing that I learned, and maybe some of you have learned, is that you have to love and see yourself as your soul sees you. You have to review your real in the past, bring it forward so that when you're reviewing it, you know what you want to do next. You know what you want to say next. You know what you want to be next and how you want to be it. Right? Whether it's from how you want to wear your hair to what clothes you wear. Whether it's from whether you want to work at a job for your lifetime and retire from that job, or whether you want to find what you connect with and do your own business. It's got to be you that you bring to the table, not someone else that's telling you who you are, and you bring that to the table. And you go, Sandra, you keep doing that. You keep going there because a lot of people are there and they don't know how to break it. They feel it. But you need to be you, the authentic you, and bring yourself to the table when you're creating for you. And it's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to it. And you go, well, why do I have to work on me? Because you are precious. You are talented. You are magnificent spiritual beings in these physical bodies that are having multiple journeys through your free will choices. And your universal Mother, Father, God has not left the building. They are having a journey with you through your choices. Right? And through all your journeys, you will not stop learning about you. The first awareness is that you are soul waking up. You are not soul being broken. You are soul waking up to your potential and purpose. And then through that free will in your mind that's now in cahoots with your soul, you get to just take off. Get on that magic carpet and you get to ride. You have to remember that your soul came from pure consciousness into this duality. It was asleep for a while and it woke up to your potential. And every now and then, while you are making your free will choices, if you're making great choices for you, you can feel your soul just resonate in it. And it wakes up a little more. Till one day your soul just wants to knock at that door, your heart, and tell you you're wonderful. Tell you you're brilliant. Tell you, I see you. See yourself like I see you. Listen to me. I'm here for you. I know for me, it was that way. It was always continually waking up, kind of like from sleepwalking and hearing it. But the more I asked what more, the more my soul said, yes, yes, yes. Come resonate with us, right? First thing you've got to know is you are the most important character in your story. You are the writer. You are the director. You are the lead character, and you are placing all the other characters, the day characters and the extras and the featured extras and your co-stars in your story in the right place at the right time with the right dialogue for you. Now, you've done it while you were unconscious and unaware of it. Just unwrote. What greater thing to do it consciously, to do it on purpose. You were born on purpose. You were born for a soul on purpose, intentionally born to have this great, magnificent moment to choose what you want to choose by how you want to choose it. And if you go back into your real and you just kind of fast forward through it or go back into it, you get to see who created what for you. And you get to say in my now, well, I want to change that. I remember where that story came from. Well, let me change it. I want to improve upon it. I want to know that I know that I know that I am God's consciousness in my body. That's what you need to say. In my body, having this magnificent journey. And God isn't judging your choices. God's not telling you that's a mistake. If you say it to you and you bring it forward and go, this is a mistake, I'm going to do over. Because every one of your now moments is you doing something. It's taking action for you on purpose throughout everything, every choice. If we did not have mistakes, we wouldn't get to know ourselves better. It's not through judgment that we get to know ourselves better. It's looking at what we've done and going, oh, I can do better. If you want to judge yourself by what you did yesterday and how you can do it better. Not what you did yesterday and woe is me. And certainly, most certainly, and I'm learning this each and every day, I have to stick with it too, to not listen to people who want to judge me. Because when they're judging me, they're not judging them. Got it? When they're judging you, they're taking eyesight off of themselves. They're not bringing themselves to the forefront of their real. They're judging your real. And if they can't change your past, if they can't change that moment for you, then they need not judge you. But you can't tell, sometimes you can't tell people that. Even your closest friends or your family, you can't tell them that. But you have to stand in your magnificent moment, your now moment, looking at your real without judging yourself, going, I like that. I want to create some more of that. That didn't feel too great. I'm going to change. I'm going to find out where that came from. I'm going to change my belief about myself and go for the gold and find a better feeling. Right? I'm going to create a better motion picture for myself because I'm the freaking director of my story, the writer of my story. If I don't like a page in it, I'm going to crumple it up, throw it in the trash, and rewrite. Because that is me doing me. Do you magnificently? Do you preciously? Do you fantastically step into your moment? Have a blessed day.